So the director that directed whatchamacallit that directed Fast and Furious, and I think Jumanji as well. He is going to be directing a One Punch Man live action movie. So I haven't really watched. I technically haven't watched my first anime, live action adaptation. I just been seeing people's reviews about, the ones that came before that. I never really actually watched anime live action adaptations. The only thing I ever watched that was live adaptative of something was just more so of like video games, and that never turns out pretty well in my opinion. So, fingers crossed this would be good. I guess if it's like, look, listen, I am skeptical, but I'm not at the same time, because I heard about One Piece being on Netflix and being adapted. I mean, okay, yes, but it's just like, I hope to God, if they're going to adaptate something just like One Punch Man, please keep everything I just hope that if they're, and I think this goes for like the Halo TV series, because I did see the Actman give like his own review about it, and I really enjoy his video about it. Justice for that man, as always. But yeah, like, if you're going to adaptate like the source material, I just hope like they don't just flip it, like, don't make Saitama, like, bro, if they mess up Saitama, like his literal base character, then they already messed up like the whole entire movie in the first place. Okay, if you mess up like the littlest things of like Saitama, he's literally an overpowered guy who has no emotions. The only time he ever feels any emotions if he ever gets thrilled about fighting someone that has more power and more potential that for him that can take more than one punch to defeat him. Like, I just hope like the most simplest things about the manga and the anime, might add, like, it just like being light adaptative, there is nothing like, I feel like, it's too soon, or like it's sort of like a jinx itself, saying like, oh, they could just look in the manga or the anime, like, what could go wrong? Plenty of things can go wrong if they don't adaptate from the source material itself. If you're adaptating what's being like, written and animated, and you change it completely different, then it's not, you can't call it One Punch Man if it's not One Punch Man, if you guys know what I'm saying. Like, let's say Death Note. Death Note is a perfect example. I never watched it. I heard a review about it. I listened to a review about it. I forgot who it is. So if One Punch Man, like the movie, becomes like Death Note, where it kind of brings the supremacist, but it just changes the direction, it just changes the characters, it just changed, like, everything is changed, but a little bit of the aspect is there. So if it's like 10% of the source material that's put into this movie, and the 90% of the movie is completely different, that's not completely canon, or not completely, from the source material, if 90% of that is not in the source material and 10% is, the movie is going to drop and fail dramatically, okay? So with Death Note, the supremacist is with Light fighting the Death Note, and he's becoming Kira to actually save, or to make like a god complex out of himself. They put in like romance, they put in like so many twists and turns that's not really adapted from the manga or from the anime. Like, how can you mess up? This is a Netflix Death Note show. Like, how can you mess up from the source material that it's been given? Hell, I bet even the Japanese version of this live adaptation is fucking not that bad. Like, listen, like, when Western people try to adaptate or try to do live adaptations of anime, I don't think it does it too good. It's not. I feel like they don't do it enough justice to make it like they don't give like. I feel like if the Western productions producers made this, it wouldn't be directly from the source material, it will be completely different. But you know, from the, I guess the Easterns, I guess that's what Japan is from. Like when they make a lot of live action adaptations of anime, manga, they will do it, but it would just be cut down a little bit different. It would be a little bit different of like pacing, skipping over major details, but at least they are trying to show you and hit the main point of like the source material. So I seen one with like a lot of adaptation of JoJo's Part 4 Diamond is Unbreakable, which I guess you just skip the other 3 parts like it wasn't that important. When I watched clips of it and reviews about it, they have skipped some certain stuff, but they haven't changed like the movie. It's a movie, by the way. So when I saw the clips and then reviews of the live action of JoJo's Part 4 Diamond is Unbreakable, they kept everything, like literally the movie was directly from the source material itself, but they skipped over major plot points and everything. You know, that's kind of the thing with Japan's live adaptation. They might skip around a bit, make the pacing a little bit quicker or slower, and then with Western producers, they'll either change it, like not even make it like it's from the source material itself, you know what I mean? So I am a bit skeptical of how One Punch Man is going to actually be live adaptation, especially with a movie of all cases. You know, that's kind of whack. You know, there's already the show, but you know, excuse me, sure, put a movie out, but I don't think it's going to sell well. I feel like we gotta see the trailers first to even make that conscious decision of like, okay, does it look good? Does it look like it's going to be strictly from the source material, or if it's going to be completely different? Like, you know, I want stuff, if it's going to be light adapted from something, and if it's not gonna go by its roots or from its material, then like, you're just wasting my time, the fan base's time, an audience that the fan base that would like to see this. If you're not adapting from the material, then you're just wasting people's time, cost, productions, and money, and all that stuff. That's all I care about. I care about people's time not being wasted on something that it was just better off strictly of just animating it instead of live adapting it, if you're not going to make it relevant or, you know, completely like, oh, this is exactly from the manga or the anime and yada yada and all that stuff. So yeah, I am skeptical about it, and I hope that when we do get like some sort of teaser or a trailer, that hopefully it can just, you know, stick from its roots and not really change too much. If there's like minor changes, then sure, but if it's like overall changes that's gonna change the story, and it's like, that's a big red flag. If you change the characters, I don't care if you change any of their appearance. I just want them to be the characters that you are basing it off of. And sure, they can be a little bit different, not completely, because it just takes away the charm of the character. And then the story is so simple. If they manage to mess this up, then it's just ridiculous at this point. But yeah, that's just my thoughts about it. If you guys have your own thoughts, I would love to, you know, read all about it in the comments. If not, that's a-okay with me. But anyways, ladies and gentlemen, hope y'all have a wonderful morning, night, day, evening, whatever the occasion is, and all that good stuff. But anyways, take care, stay safe, all the good stuff, and yeah guys, later.